special. Our teen seniors meant so much in this Titan football program. What's the deal, Adam?
That's right.
We good? Up first, we have number 51, Alex Bell. Alex is escorted by his parents, Ron and Rebecca Bell. Alex is a 4-year member of the football team. His other activities include strength and conditioning. His favorite Trinity football memory is winning the state championship. His advice for younger players is to be consistent in what you do, take you far. His plans for after graduation include studying sports nutrition. And his favorite quote is from Coach Wally. Stay hot! Stay hot! Up next, we have number 56, Ben Blair. Ben is escorted by his parents, Heidi and John Blair. Ben is a 4-year member of the football team. In addition to football, he is on the track team, throwing shot and discus. His favorite Trinity football memory is snapping the swinging gate 2-point conversion last year's state championship game. His advice for younger players is don't blink, it goes by fast. His plans for after graduation include working for Boeing as an engineer, driving his Corvette. His favorite subject and teachers include Miss Kelly, Ms. Morris, and me, Mr. Jones. His favorite quote is Whales and Bulls from Coach Wally. Up next, we have number 33, John Brooks. John is escorted by his parents, Jonathan and Kimberly Lynch. John is a 4-year member of the football team. In addition to playing football, John enjoys winning the Trinity State Championship and talks after practice. His advice to younger players: enjoy every moment and remain focused. His favorite professional athlete is Aaron Donald. His plans after graduation are playing college football. And his favorite subject is psychology. His favorite quote is "Get low, Los" by Coach Wally. Hunter Brooks' parents are Travis and Dana. Alright, excuse me, Hunter Brooks. Hunter's favorite Trinity football memory is winning the state championship. Hunter's advice for younger players is to keep grinding no matter what and never give up. His plans after graduation include playing football. His favorite professional team is the Washington Commanders. His favorite subject is Spanish. And his favorite quote also from Coach Wally, when I get him, I got him. Up next, we have number 22, Henry Connell, escorted by his parents, Jenny Crane and Rob Connell, and Lolita Connell. In addition to playing football, Henry also plays lacrosse. His favorite Trinity football memory is winning the state championship. His advice for younger players is believe in yourself and trust your teammates. His plans after graduation include earning his business degree and finding an interesting job. His favorite subject or teacher is Ms. Reed and Ms. Morris. Up next, we have number 24, TJ DiLoretto. TJ is escorted by his parents, Martha and Thomas DiLoretto. He's a 4-year member of the football team. In addition to football, TJ also does track. His favorite football memory includes beating Benedictine under the lights. His advice for younger players is if you're scared, do something. Do it scared. His plans after graduation include being a millionaire, business owner in Texas. TJ. Number 8, Robbie Dunn. Escorted by his parents. Yeah, and Scott Dunn. Robbie is a 4-year member of the football team. His favorite TES football memory includes winning the state championship. His advice for younger players is have fun with everything you do and never give up on your dreams. His plans for after graduation include attending VMI for football. And his favorite quote from Coach Wally is, get low. Up next is number 1, Trey Ferguson. Trey is escorted by his mom and dad, Jessica Ferguson and Corey Clinton. In addition to football, Trey also plays basketball and is on the track team. His favorite Trinity football memory is the walk-off 2-point conversion to win the state championship. His advice for younger players is never take anything in life for granted, no matter how small. Push through adversity. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. His plans after graduation include traveling the world in the Navy. His favorite teacher is Ms. Barnes. And his favorite quote is from Quote Wally, I don't like them. Up next is number 2, Cam Fleming. Cam is escorted by his parents. In addition to football, Cam also is on the track team. His favorite Trinity football memory is winning states and the locker room conversations. His advice for younger players, never take any practice or game for granted. His plans for after graduation, playing football at Virginia Tech, while he obtains a master's degree in business. His favorite teachers are Ms. Bartz and Ms. Barron. And his favorite quote, there are a bunch of great faces. Coach Nichols. Up next, we have number 77, Matt Houston. Matt is a 4-year member of the football team. He's escorted by his mom, Lynette Jones, and his aunt, Angela Bacon. In addition to football, Matt is an SGA class rep and participates in strength and conditioning. His favorite Trinity football memory is the entrance at the state championship game last year. And his advice for younger players is don't ever let someone tell you that you can't be something. After graduation, Matt plans on playing football and earning a bachelor's degree and a master's degree in accounting and information systems. His favorite teacher is Ms. Bartz, and his favorite quote is from Quote Wally, I don't like my body. Up next is number 53, Marcus Johnson. Marcus is escorted by his mom and dad. Healy and Krishana Johnson. He's a 4-year member of the football team. In addition to football, he's vice president of the Sci-Fi Club and a member of Science Society. His favorite charity football memory is winning the state championship. His advice for younger players is have fun and take opportunities given to you. Plans for after graduation include getting a degree in computer engineering, and his favorite subject is pre-calculus. Up next, we have Anthony, A.K. Key. He's escorted by his mom and dad, Yolanda and Andre Hunter. In addition to football, A.K. plays basketball. His favorite Trinity football memory is winning the state championship. His advice for younger players is don't try to follow someone, make your own path. After graduation, he plans on starting his own business and helping out the community. His favorite coach comes from Coach Wally. He's your father. Up next is number 74, Carlos Moore. Carlos is escorted by Trey, Jody, Dean, and Brady Sacker. Carlos is a 4-year member of the football team. His favorite Trinity football memory is the walk-off 2-point conversion to win the state. His advice for younger players is own it, don't quit. His plans for after graduation include having fun, whatever that is. Carlos Moore. Up next is number 6, Elijah Rayner, escorted by his mom and dad, Brandy, and Coach Wally Rayner. Elijah's a 4-year member of the football team with his favorite memory being winning states, getting in trouble with the team. His advice for younger players is everyone's path is different. Learn from others and be the best person and player you can be. His plans for after graduation include playing in the NFL and then starting his own business. His favorite teachers are Ms. Woodson and Ms. Barnes. And his favorite quote comes from his father, Coach Wally. This ain't no Camp Thunderbird. Up next, number 88, Carter Shuma. Carter is escorted by his parents, Francie and John Shuma. His favorite Trinity football memory is winning against St. James. His advice for younger players is don't be afraid of failure. His plans after graduation include playing college baseball. His favorite teacher is Ms. Barks. And his favorite quote comes from Coach Wally. This ain't no baseball. Up next, we have number 81, J.D. Stemhagen. J.D. is escorted by his mom and dad, Kurt and Kristen Stemhagen. He's a 2-year member of the football team. In addition to football, J.D. plays baseball. His favorite football memory is beating Woodbury for the first time in program history in the week of the state championship. His advice for younger players is pressure is a privilege, enjoy every moment. His plans after graduation include playing baseball at Manhattan. His favorite subject is IB Theory of Knowledge. J.D. Stemhagen. Up next is number 3, Mario Thompson. Mario is escorted by Lakeita Thompson and Mario Thompson, his mom and dad. He's a 4-year member of the football team. His favorite football memory is winning the state championship. His advice for younger players is don't be a young buck. His plans for after graduation include, if not the NFL, starting his own business. His favorite teacher is Ms. Bartz, and his favorite quote is if you don't like it, do something about it. Mario Thompson. And last but not least, we have number 55, Derek Batten, who's escorted by his mother, Catherine McIntyre. Derek is a 4-year member of the football team. In addition to football, he's involved in strength and conditioning. His favorite Trinity football memory is coming back and winning against Benedictine. His advice for younger players is play every play like it is your last. Never take it for granted. His plans for after graduation include playing college football at the highest level. His favorite quote comes from Coach Wally: "When I get him, I got him." Number 55, Derek Batten. Please give one more applause for our 18 special Trinity Titans seniors.
Kickoff coming up.
I make it your people's house outside, shooting that good song. And I'm fucking good on that record,
Welcome to today's ESPN broadcast of football as the Trinity Pep Band has just wrapped up the national anthem, and we are about to kick off what should be a great game on a beautiful day here at Aycock Stadium on the banks of the James River. We have the Saints from St. Christopher's, the defending Prep League champions, against the Trinity Episcopal Titans, the defending Vista Division I state champions. And this game has major implications from a playoff standpoint, league standpoint, and also just two rivals that enjoy getting after it. So, joined here by Silvio Troy. And Silvio, what are you looking forward to seeing out there today?
Definitely expected, as you said. This is not only a close game just for all the standings involved, but also bragging rights for both the teams. I'm expecting to see one of the closer games we've had, especially at home. St. Croix is definitely good. They were number 1 seed last year, beaten by Benedictine, and they're projected to be in the playoffs again this year. So definitely able to see a competitive game that we haven't really seen here at home yet compared to all the others. Yeah, absolutely.
Saints come in at 5-2, and certainly when these two met last year, it was all St. Christopher's in a very decisive 57-19 win. But I know the Titan players are hoping to get some revenge for that today. I was able to go to the team dinner last night and had a chance to speak, and I think these guys are really locked in and focused. But you're right, it's going to be probably the most challenging, at least of the home games that we've seen so far, as the Titans have really pretty much rolled in all 3 home games thus far against Norfolk Academy, Episcopal, and St. Michael the Archangel. All right, opening kickoff is going to be fielded by Devion Brown. He puts on a move, and he is across midfield.
50-20.
And he is gone. Touchdown, Titans, off the opening kick. No flags on the play. The freshman, Devion Brown, to the house.
That's a way to start a game.
That is a way to start a game. Here on Senior Day, it's the freshman that gets the Titans off to a big-time start. And last night, Silvio, at the team dinner last night, Coach Miggins told me, watch for a kick return touchdown today, and when we get it, Taylor Benson is going to give the key block, and I think that just happened. So Coach Miggins spoke that one into existence, but Brown had a lot to do there and took it about 91 yards for the score, and J.D. Stemhagen hits the extra point, and 17 seconds into this thing, it's already 7-0 Titans.
Definitely a way to start a game. Wasn't expecting it, of course. Came out of nowhere, kind of. Just said Devion Brown made the beautiful move around the 40-yard line there to, I think, convert the 2 St. Chris defenders that were on him. And then other than that, it was just free running for him. So I think beautiful execution by Devion Brown.
Yeah, and I mean, there was kind of a little bit of everything on the return, because first he had to pick what lane to take it, and then he had good gains, but then around the 40 he had to break a tackle, and then had to get back up to speed and showed off some cutting, some strength, some vision. You saw a little bit of everything there from the man they call Fat Rat on the opening kick. So Stemhagen has made the extra point, and now the senior will kick it off. Saints are going to bring this one back, and it was, I think, was it Bryce Neely on the return? And big hit by Henry Caudle, another senior who got a shout out for his special teams play last night from Coach Miggins. All right, so this is our first chance to see this Saints offense go up against this vaunted Titan defense. And right off the top, Deuce Edwards has to be subbed out. Looked like he had a shoulder pad issue. So James Woodward is coming in at cornerback. And the Saints hand off. They gain a yard or two. Hunter Brooks on the tackle, the Davidson commit, another one of these seniors, 18 seniors here being celebrated on Senior Day. That might have been the longest walkout I've ever seen. I think it was about 25 minutes of seniors and their families walking out today. Second and 8. And this is a good run for the Saints. Henry Omohundro. Looked like he picked up 7 yards there, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 1. Silvio, last week this Titan defense scored 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of that. They outscored the offense.
Oh, really?
4 touchdowns for the D, 3 for the O.
I think we were talking about that last year against the collegiate game. We were saying which could score more.
Yeah, I think the collegiate game last year, the defense scored 3 touchdowns, but they scored 4 at Fuma, 2 interception return, pick sixes, and I think 2 scoop and scores.
Oh, wow.
So key penalty there. False start on the Saints backs him up. Instead of 3rd and 1, it's going to be 3rd and 6. And with the Saints running game, it makes it a little more difficult to pick up 6, obviously. They are going to run it, though, and Omohundro is going nowhere as he, if anything, lost a yard. Mario Thompson and Hunter Brooks got back into the backfield, and it brings up 4th down, and that's the 3 and out that you want right off the bat.
I mean, I don't think Trinity could have started it any more perfectly. To get the, kick return to a touchdown and a 3 and out right there is exactly how you want your offense to start, how you want your defense to start. And, of course, we haven't even seen their real offense on the field yet.
Exactly. All right, left-footed punt is going to drop just across midfield, and it was downed by Bo Stocks, number 62 for the Saints. So the Titans will take over at their own 47. And one thing I didn't mention yet, but generally Trey Ferguson returns the kicks, but he's out today with a high ankle sprain, which is, I think, part of the reason why Devion Brown was back there on the kick return. And then that was Brennan Ridley back there for the punt return team. And we've really seen Trey Ferguson handle that job for about 3 years now. So that's just something to keep an eye on because Brennan doesn't have the experience back there that Trey does. All right, first look at the offense, like you said, and it's a handoff to Trey Grant. And he picks up 2. And the Titans go no huddle here on 2nd and 8. This time Tegan Logan's back to pass, looking for Isaiah Robinson. It was just out of his reach. Good coverage there by Deacon Begley, the sophomore cornerback for the Saints. Robinson might have had a half step on him, but Begley was very much stride for stride to disrupt that pass, and it was maybe just a little bit overthrown by Tegan Logan. So 3rd and 8. Play action, and they wide receiver screen is well covered. Once again, it was Deacon Begley on the coverage. Little sophomore on sophomore battle there, and that time Begley got the best of Robinson, and it was a 2-yard loss and makes it 4th and 10. So that's just what the Saints needed after the giving up the kick return and then going 3 and out, but they come back and stiffen for a defensive 3 and out to stem that momentum that the Titans really started the game off with.
I think that's really important to see from St. Chris.
Yeah, and Huey Stone, the freshman, comes on to punt. It's an excellent punt down inside the 10. It's going to roll all the way down to the 5-yard line. So great job by the 9th grader, Huey Stone, who has just recently taken over punting duties and couldn't ask for a better punt there. 42 yards, no return. And Saints will take over in the shadow of their own goalposts. Another running play for the Saints. That's all we've seen them do so far is run.
Another good stop from Trinity there. Pretty sure it was Mario Thompson, maybe Jalen Williams in the area.
Yeah, no gain. It's right at the original line of scrimmage for 2nd and 10. This time it's a quarterback keeper by Khalil Nash, and Nash is able to carry it for a 5-yard gain.
Good for about a 5-yard gain for the Saints.
And we've seen the Saints try and test this Titan defense between the tackles. That time they took it out wide and didn't get quite as good a spot as I initially thought. It's more like at the 8-yard line.
Yeah.
A little tough to tell from our angle once it gets down inside the 20, but 3rd and about 7 as the Titans look for another 3 and out. It's another run, and it's going nowhere as Derek Badley is able to get into the backfield. Another one of these seniors. Great defensive job there, and a loss of 2 yards, and the Saints are going to have to punt from their own end zone. So fantastic job by the Titans D with yet another 3 and out. It's a good punt. As we said, Brennan Ridley on punt duty today, and he has a pretty decent return, takes it all the way to the 34. So another good punt by Kirk George, the left-footed kicker, from deep in his own end zone to get it almost out to midfield, but Brennan Ridley with a nice return sets up the Titans in excellent field position.
We really haven't seen a first down yet by either offense, so definitely interested to see.
Yeah, well, we're not going to see one on that play as it was a Tegan Logan pass complete to Brennan Ridley, but he only gained 2 yards as the Saints D rallied well to the ball, and there were no yards after catch there for Brennan Ridley.
Yeah, Brandon Jennings immediately was able to stop Brennan Ridley, and other Saint defenders able to bring him down. So, yeah, as you said, just really good defense there.
Another completed pass to that slot receiver, Brennan Ridley. He's this time got 7 yards, but he is a yard shy of the first down. So, Silvio, we still have yet to see the first down of the game, but at 3rd and 1, I like the Titans' chances here, especially with Trey Grant in the backfield. And it does go to Trey Grant. There's very little room, though. He did not get it. He probably lost a yard as the Saints defense did well. It was Henry Omahundro, among others, who plugged up that hole for Trey Grant. And on 4th down and a long one, Titans are going to go for it. I notice they've got Cam Fleming out at wide receiver. That's something we started to see in the last couple games, whereas early in the year, Cam had exclusively played on the defensive side. And they are going to throw, and they look for Brennan Ridley in the end zone. Touchdown, Titans! What a catch by Brennan Ridley. And what a throw by Tegan Logan.
I mean, I was expecting not a touchdown there. I was definitely expecting them to go more safer play. But was I expecting out of the Trinity offense?
Yeah, I mean, 4th and 1.5. I wasn't expecting a deep shot to the end zone, and it was pretty well covered by Brandon Jennings. But Brennan Ridley just made a great read on the ball in the air, and Tegan put it up there for him nice and high. And that's a big, it's our first down, but it's our second touchdown. That's a pretty weird stat. Extra point is good by J.D. Stemhagen. So with 3:31 to go in the first quarter, Titans out to a 14-0 lead. And Sylvia, I've been meaning to ask you, but we haven't really had a break in the action yet. But, I just got back from the UK late Thursday night, so I really haven't been around school this week other than yesterday. But usually during the week of a game, particularly against one of our in-town rivals, there's a certain buzz about campus among the students. And for you as a student, has there been a lot of talk about this game during the week leading up to it?
I definitely think there has. I think people have just been excited for this game. And I think the students were excited for a competitive game, or I think especially the players were. So you definitely just hear a lot of people talking about, you're going. A lot of people are excited to, for the new announcements about the game, things like that. So I definitely think there was, as you like to call it, the buzz around the campus.
Yeah. This time, Stemhagen kicks it along the ground. Scooped up by Jack Hall, and he is brought down at the 22-yard line. Is it? Yeah, James Woodward. Your boy Woody on the tackle out there in space. And one thing the Titans have a great luxury, we talked about this a little on our last broadcast, is unlike a lot of high school teams, we don't have very many guys that play both ways in terms of offense and defense, which helps keeps guys fresh. But they've even now had a lot of the second string offensive and defensive players step up and do all the special teams. So even not many starters are on specials, but the special teams have been awesome thus far in the early going today. And that first down play not very successful. I didn't make out who got the tackle there.
That wasn't him either.
I'm hearing maybe Elijah Rayner, another senior, the William & Mary commit. On 2nd and 11, it's the big running back there. Omahundro is able to gain a couple. As the Saints are still seeking their first down with about 2.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Let's go defense!
And another run for Omohundro on third down. He's moving that pile, but not going to get very close to the first down. He's about 4 yards short. And I think that just speaks to the Titan defense, because I think the big running back there, Henry Omohundro, is used to being able to move defenders. But this Titan defense, stocked with seniors and a few juniors, is just some grown men out there. And fourth down, punt coming.
I think, as you're saying, him being 6'4", 250 listed, really big guy. As you could expect, him being able to move defenders pretty well.
Yeah, low punt there, but it's going to be scooped up by Brennan Ridley, and he's able to get it out right around midfield. Good return again by Brennan Ridley, and he's had a big part to play here in the first quarter with 3 catches already, a great touchdown reception, and a couple pretty good returns on special teams. All right, first down throw. Tegan Logan gets hit, and probably a little bit fortunate that that ball fell to the turf. He got hit, and that just came out kind of funky side spin. Great pressure there by the Saints D-line. So 2nd and 10. I mean, other than the one big pass play to Brennan Ridley, the Saints defense has been excellent so far. They just suffered from difficult field position and, of course, the big touchdown return.
They were to shut down, Isaiah Robinson multiple times.
Trey Grant with his first big run of the day, and Trey Grant carries it 15 yards. There did see a late flag come in there, though, and that one's coming back as it's a holding call. That flag came from deep in the secondary, and it negates what was an excellent run by Trey Grant.
Yeah.
Oh, so actually there's 2 flags. So the one deep from the secondary that I just mentioned, I think, was a face mask at the end of the play, but then there was also the hold that opened up that hole on the early part. So everything said and done, it's going to be 2nd and 10 all over again. Play clock down to 5. Titans look a little confused. They do get the play off. That's a good throw to Isaiah Robinson, and he comes down with a catch. What a catch by Isaiah Robinson, as Deacon Begley was all over him with great coverage, but Isaiah just a little bit taller and long arms, able to go up and snatch that thing like grabbing a rebound in traffic, and that is a 27-yard gain and another Titan first down.
Seen a lot of pretty amazing plays so far by the Titans. I think we've had a lot of long bombs. Other than that, as you said, the Saints defense.
And there's another one. Devion Brown on the slant with another first down. Gained 14, and he had great protection on that one, Silvio. Tegan Logan did. You just saw the O-line create that nice bubble for him, a great throwing lane, and an excellent throw. And, of course, Devion Brown catches pretty much anything he can get his hands on. First and goal from just inside the 10. Will they get this play off? They do not. So that's the end of the first quarter. Great first quarter if you're a Titan fan. And after one, it is Trinity Episcopal 14, St. Christopher 0.
I think it's a recap of the first. A lot of action. We had an amazing kickoff return touchdown from Davion Brown and then another touchdown by Brennan Ridley, correct? Or is it
Yeah, Davion with the kickoff return and Brennan Ridley with the 29-yard reception on 4th and 2.
Yeah.
Really were the two most important plays of the first quarter. No turnovers, but St. Christopher's had the ball 3 times and have yet to get a first down offensively. And if the Titans are able to punch it in here as they have 1st and goal at about the 9.5, it's really just a perfect start on senior day for the home team. All right, so second quarter opens with 1st and goal. And it's going to be a run. Nice change of direction there as Trey Grant gets it just shy of the goal line, finally brought down at the 1. But that's a great run there.
I've seen Trey Grant with around 3 to 4 runs so far, and I think they've all been pretty well. I mean, smoothly for him. He's had a great team in the first quarter.
Yeah, we do a timeout. I think it's a equipment issue, so neither team called a timeout, but the official sends Carter Schuma off the field. Maybe had a pad coming out or something. So 2nd and goal from the 1. And it is a touchdown for Trey Grant. Great job by the O-line, giving him plenty of space to run into. And Trey Grant with his first touchdown of the day. Not sure how many he has this season, but it's got to be pushing double figures, I would think.
Yeah. I mean, a beautiful day for him so far. He hasn't had any negative runs. Had one run that had to get canceled because of fouls, but other than that, that was a great run too.
9th touchdown. Extra point is good by J.D. Stemhagen, and thankfully we got a great research team up here in the booth that tells me that's Trey Grant's 9th touchdown of the season. So I said got to be close to double figures. Silvio, would you say 9 is close to double figures?
I'd say it's really close.
Technically, you couldn't get any closer without getting there, but yeah, so not there yet though, but with nearly 3/4 of this game left and a trip to Woodbury next week and postseason to come, I like Trey Grant's chances to eclipse that double figure mark in touchdowns. He's just had an unbelievable season. We loved him last year as a sophomore, but I think he's made just a tremendous leap to take it to the next level this year.
Oh, for sure.
And it just makes the Titans so multi-dimensional because with Trey Grant running the ball and then Tegan Logan throwing with a great set of receivers that he has, it's a tough group to stop. So short kick is fielded by Kirk George, and George runs it across the field. Pretty good return, a big hit. I believe it was Hunter Brooks. There is a flag. And it's right in front of the St. Christopher's bench there.
Not sure.
And I think it's probably going to be an unnecessary roughness, maybe hitting up around his head. Yeah, so targeting call there is going to add 15 to the end of that run, and it's going to be the best field position the Saints have had yet today, as they'll start in Titan territory at the 46-yard line.
Other than that, really good run by George there. He's able to get around a good 15
Yeah.
yards.
Yeah, he showed off a lot of speed there. He also does the punting for the Saints, but shows tremendous athleticism, and we're going to have a flag here as both lines accuse each other of moving first. And officials are going to have to discuss, was it encroachment or a false start? Fairly lengthy discussion with 4 officials, and ultimately they are going to get the Saints for a false start. So for the first time today, St. Christopher's crossed midfield, but they're going to be put right back on the other side of midfield at their own 49 as a result of that penalty. So still yet to have an offensive snap in Titan territory, and it'll be 1st and 15. Not much there. Little gain, maybe 2-yard gain by Khalil Nash, the quarterback. And that does put the ball once again back across midfield at the 49 of Trinity, where it'll be 2nd down and 13. Didn't quite see who made the tackle. It looked like Nash maybe got a little bit just caught up in the turf.
Yeah. I think so, you're right, yeah.
Another handoff to Henry Omahundro. He gained 1 yard. But the Saints just have not been able to find really any running room in between the tackles thus far. And it'll be 3rd and 12. They're going to throw it this time. Khalil Nash looking deep for Brandon Jennings, and he dropped it. It's an excellent throw by Nash, and Jennings had a step there on Cornell Allen, but was not able to bring it in, and it's going to be 4th and 12. Was a promising looking play, though, and a nice throw by Khalil Nash.
Oh, for sure. See one of the first good throws by Nash there.
And really just one of the first throws, period, as the Saints have pretty much kept it on the ground. This punt fielded by Brennan Ridley, and there are several flags, as I think we had a block in the back on that one. So the Titans are going to start with not very good field position. But Sylvia, one thing we haven't fully had a chance to talk about yet today is just how much is riding on this game from the Titans' perspective. So if they win this week, and then if they're able to get a win at Woodbury next week, that would be the first Prep League football championship in school history. So still very much control their own destiny, as well as currently #1 in the state rankings. And you win out, no one's going to catch you, so you're looking at home field advantage in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So just really a lot riding on this. And then you add in the fact that it's senior day against St. Christopher's, and it's really a big one. And the guys in gray and green have responded super well in the first quarter and change here. But bad field position here, back at their own 13. Worst starting field position of the day. Looking deep, and it's Isaiah Robinson, and he's going to have it intercepted. Has been quite a battle between the number 14 on each team, Isaiah Robinson for the Titans and Deacon Begley for the Saints. And this time it was Begley who was able to rip it out of Robinson's hands.
Yeah.
I think most of the Titan fans around us thought that Isaiah had made the catch, but as he came down, Deacon Begley did well to rip it out and come down with it. And those two have had now 3 or 4 just tough battles. Like I said, they both were number 14. They're both in the 10th grade, and Isaiah got a good one on him earlier for big yardage, but Begley does a nice job there to get a bit of revenge. So good starting field position again for the Saints, right at midfield. This time they hand it off to Konstantinos Kovanes, freshman running back. Three-yard gain for Kovanes. Second and 7. And they're going to give it to the freshman again. And pretty good gain of about 5, but he definitely took a big shot there at the end. I actually couldn't quite tell who delivered that. Maybe Zaire Rayner?
I'm not sure either.
Or maybe Jay Williams. I don't know. Someone had him kind of around the legs, and then someone else came in and hit him pretty hard from up high, but I couldn't quite tell who it was. Thought it was one of the single-digit numbers, though, so Zaire or Elijah maybe. All right, 3rd and short. And they run it up the middle for no gain. This time it was another freshman, Michael Farley, but nothing there for Farley. Makes it 4th and 2 as the Saints continue to try and pick up their first down, and Coach Lance Cleland is going to get a timeout here and really try and dial up a perfect play on 4th and 2, as this is the furthest St. Christopher's has progressed thus far, and they want to make sure they keep this drive going and build off the momentum of that interception by Deacon Begley a few plays back. So just to kind of finish up on what we were talking about at the last time out of what's at stake. So this is the last regular season home game, but if the Titans can maintain their spot at the top of the Vista rankings, they would host at least one playoff game. And of course, if you're the 1 seed, you would, and if you are able to keep winning, you'd host multiple playoff games. So hopefully this won't be our last football broadcast up here this fall. Still a lot of time to go here, and then a huge one looming at Woodbury next week, who is also undefeated in league play. All right, 4th and 2, probably the biggest play of the game thus far for the Titan defense, and they're up to the task as they looked for a little screen pass, but it was down around the feet of Omohundro, and the defense comes up with a big 4th down stop, and the Saints still have not been able to get a first down. They've come close several times, gotten within a yard or two, but when it's mattered most, the Titan defense has really stiffened up and made the stops.
Oh, they have for sure. I think both defenses are doing really good today, especially Deacon Begley. He's against Isaiah Robinson. You said you both 14, both sophomores. Both have had outstanding games. It looked like Isaiah with the big catch, Isaiah making the catch and getting ripped out. They've been stride for stride, so I think the defense by St. Chris has definitely been very strong so far.
Yeah, this time it's James Woodward in the backfield, and he is tackled for no gain, and also a flag that looked to me like probably holding. Yeah, so it was a hold, and it'll be 1st and 20. For the most part, the offensive line has done a great job today, opening up holes for Trey Grant and giving Tegan Logan a lot of time, other than one time when he got hit. All right, so 1st and 20. And this time the line, which I was just praising, kind of collapses, and a host of Saints are able to get to Tegan Logan for a sack. And
One of the first big sacks we've seen.
yeah, Darius Gray, another talented freshman on this Saints team, was down there at the bottom of the pile. And one thing is, you look through this St. Christopher's roster, you see a lot of freshmen getting big minutes already. So obviously that bodes well for Coach Cleland and the Saints in these next few years. But I know, talking to some of our guys, they think that Darius Gray is really a player to watch. Very talented, big 9th grader, and he got the sack there. So 2nd and very long, and they're going to go for Brennan Ridley, and it's going to be, I think, another interception, or does Ridley come away with it? Ref's yet to make a signal. Still hasn't made a signal.
A lot of
Is this a tie goes to the offense thing? Let's see. No, it is not. It is going to be another interception. Brandon Jennings with the interception, and I mean, that's 2 straight times where you had a real battle between the Titan wide receiver and a Saint cornerback, and once again the Saints able to win that wrestling match, and a great job there by Brandon Jennings to also look like Ridley had him beaten by a step or two, but Jennings did well to recover and make the steal. So the Saints staying alive in this game through some turnovers by their defense, and this is a run for St. Christopher's of 2 yards by Konstantinos Kovanes. And we have a timeout called by Trinity here. I think they may have only had 10 players on the field, and wanted to get a timeout to obviously get that 11th guy out there. And Silvio, I know what you're going to ask me, as you always do ask me about when you use timeouts early. But I think that's a good one, because if you're a man short out there and the defense has been so tough yet to allow a first down, you don't want to get taken advantage of by not having all your personnel out there and let the Saints build on the momentum from the interception. So in the first half, where time is not going to be as big of an issue as it would be in the second half of a close game, I think that was a wise timeout. But defensive coordinator Wally Rayner was not happy to have to use it. Clearly somebody who was supposed to be on the field was not.
They added Cooper Gardner, which I don't think I've ever seen him play defense.
Yeah.
He's an O-line specialist. Big guy. He's gotten some offers his junior year, and just never seen him play defense. So excited to see what he can do on the D-line.
Yeah, well, great job there by Elijah Rayner to get in the backfield and make a big sack for a loss of 9. And definitely making that timeout look very worthwhile. So it's going to go from 2nd and 8 to 3rd and 16. And a great job by Elijah Rayner. And, yeah, so Cooper Gardner did an emergency job on the D line there, and while he didn't make the play, as he comes back off, he helped open up a lane for Elijah. So maybe that's something to look for going forward, is Cooper playing on that D line. But Derek Bagley back in there now on 3rd and 16. And whistles blow. Delay of game on the offense. So 3rd and long gets even longer. And it's a tough spot if you're St. Christopher's, and for quarterback Khalil Nash, 3rd and 22. And another flag, and it's another Titan timeout, as once again they get personnel confusion. I think that time they had 12 guys, or looked like someone running off right at the end. So
Yeah.
now that one I'd be pretty angry if I'm a coach right now, because we've had to waste 2 timeouts and 2 plays or 3 plays because we don't know who's supposed to be on the field, and it's just uncharacteristic of this experienced defensive group.
Exactly. I don't think as Reno may ask you these timeouts. I think you explained it perfectly last time out. It's not a timeout, where we have to be stressing about time or we have to be stressing about late game score. But if these problems happened in the 4th quarter where there were stress about late game time or late game score, these timeouts would be infuriating to be calling. You just can't be calling them over silly mistakes of how many minutes are supposed to be out there, who is supposed to be out there, things that just, as you said, just can't be happening.
Yeah, and it is a surprise because, if you look along that defense, it's almost all juniors and seniors. By this stage of the season, they just shouldn't be confused like that. But having said that, they played unbelievable, have yet to give up a point or even a first down. So can't be too critical of this defense. But I know Coach Rayner is going to be frustrated with those mistakes. But this time Nash eludes some pressure. He makes several good cuts. Finally, a big tackle as Cam Fleming is able to make the tackle. But it was a nice gain by Nash. However, it was 3rd and 22. He picked up about 10 or 11, so a good run, but those penalties and the sack really killed the Saints' chances there, and we're going to see Kirk George on for another punt on 4th and 11. And once again, Brennan Ridley back to receive. He's done a great job thus far.
I think that's Davion Brown. Brennan has the nice yellow neon shoes.
Oh, good call, Silvio. Yeah, Davion Brown on this one, and he let it go, which proves to be a wise decision as the ball bounces into the end zone, and it'll come back out to the 20 for a touchback. At first, when he let it go, I was a little worried it might get downed inside the 5, but I guess he read that trajectory and he knew what he was doing as it took a hard bounce and rolled through the end zone. And I think Tegan Logan has made great throws. You look statistically, he's got 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions, but both interceptions, he gave his receivers a chance to make a play, and the defensive backs just made a better play. So
I think, as you said, I think the interceptions, we're going entirely on him. The plays have been very good by St. Kitts defense.
That's a good throw to his tight end, Carter Schuma, and Schuma picked up 7 yards on first down. Great to see him getting involved. He's a senior, but this is really his first year playing football, as Carter is best known for his baseball abilities in terms of his athletic career. But he's been a great asset to this team coming out as a senior tight end. Trey Grant will pick up the first down. He needed 2. He got 3.
Good run by Trey. He's had a really good game so far, continuing his good runs for gains, and his touchdown he had earlier as well.
Yeah, so about a little over 3 minutes still to go here till halftime as Titans try and add on a few more points. And he's got Davion Brown overthrew him by a little, but Devion Brown, there was a ton of contact early in that route.
Yeah.
I hear several fans beneath us calling for a hold, and I can see why. But, and, you know, it messed up the timing because he had the defender beat there. But still, it is what it is. So 2nd and 10.
Yeah, we just see these amazing plays and amazing stops for the St. Chris defense.
Yeah, now the Saints getting good pressure on Tegan Logan, and he does well to elude the first couple tacklers, but a good effort on the back end by number 44, Cabell Pasco, to sack him for nearly no gain, actually a loss of 1.
We'll see 3 and 11 here.
Yeah, 3rd and 11. Again, pressure on Tegan Logan, and a nice job by the Saints defense. All the receivers were well covered, and the D-line did a nice job of rushing Tegan Logan. So they get the 1 first down, but Saints force a punt. And the St. Christopher's defense has really kept them in this game with the 2 interceptions and a couple 3-and-outs. This one not a 3-and-out, but held the Titan offense to just 10 yards and keeps it at 21-0. And the Saints will have right around 2 minutes when they get this ball back to try and get on the board before halftime. And whistles blow. I don't see any flags.
Maybe
it's another equipment issue, and I think they're saying that his knees weren't covered. Yeah, okay. I guess we're really getting the rulers out here. All right, we'll try again on this punt. 2nd punt of the day for freshman Huey Stone. This one not quite as good as his first one, although he gets a great bounce. It's going to be fumbled and picked up by the Titans, number 5, Cornell Allen, as Brandon Jennings put 2 hands on it and wasn't able to keep hold of it. So instead of the Saints having a chance to get on the board before halftime, now the Titans are going to have it in fantastic field position. Cornell Allen was right on the spot.
I think Cornell in the area, perfect play by him. Definitely had to be some confusion from the St. Chris pickup there. You definitely can't be happy with that play.
Nice run by Trey Grant as he gets 7 yards down to the 25. Another good run by Trey Grant as he's going to pick up a first down.
4 yards and another Titans first down.
Really good by Trey Grant.
All right, so 1:15 on the clock as Titans try and add more points for halftime, and they are going to come awfully close. Didn't quite make it, but a great catch. Perfect timing on that route. And it's a tackle at the 1. Is that Cam Fleming?
Davion Brown or Cam Fleming there, I'm not really sure exactly.
Devion's over here.
Then had to be.
Was it Isaiah Robinson? Yeah.
Oh, Isaiah. Isaiah's had a lot this game. We don't normally see him with that many catches or targets, but he's been hit with a lot this game.
Yeah, so Trey Grant, though, not able to punch it in on the 1st and goal. He may have even lost a yard, which we always talk about. Trey Grant never loses yards, but I think he did there. But still plenty of time.
25-ish seconds left.
2nd and goal. Still have the 1 timeout left. Play action. Tegan Logan rolls to his right. Carter Schuma, the senior, with the touchdown. With 13 seconds till halftime, Schuma with the score on senior day, and that fumble punt proves to be costly for the Saints.
It was a 2-score game and a really good close defensively by both teams. Only 14-0, and then we had that mishap from the St. Chris, and Titans, they would now take a 3-score lead, 27.
Trying to tack it on and make it 28. And it is good. So J.D. Stemhagen's extra point extends the lead to 28-0. All right, kickoff is a deep one this time. And Cornell Allen, he made a good tackle, but actually I think he got a bit of the face mask there of Elijah Azare. And so with 5 seconds left till halftime, I believe the Saints are going to get 15 additional yards. But still, they'll have it to the 35, but not many high school quarterbacks can throw it 65 yards, so doubt they'll be able to score on this, but at least it gives you a little extra yardage. All right, so this should be the last play of the first half. Actually, might. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. The scoreboard clock didn't move, but that is halftime. So great half for the Titans here on Senior Day. Halftime score, Trinity Episcopal 28, St. Christopher's 0. And still 2 quarters to play, but got to be pretty happy for these Titan seniors as they've gotten off to just a fantastic start on their senior day.
Definitely have. I mean, we've seen Carter Schuma, senior day, is able to get the touchdown, and a lot of other great things by a lot of other senior day players. A lot of the defenses of both teams have been star. It's amazing, and hopefully we see that in the second half as well.
Yeah, so thanks to Stephen Lewis, Sports Information Director with St. C TV, for hooking us up with some stats here. Coach Lewis, gold standard for high school broadcasting in the area. And stats look like Trey Grant, the leading rusher for the Titans, with 26 yards. Tegan Logan has passed for over 100. You mentioned Isaiah Robinson being targeted a lot. He's the leading receiver with 45. Leading tackler so far has been Derek Badley for the Titans. Saints led in rushing by Henry Omahundro with 5 carries for 16 yards. But I think the key stat is, well, obviously, other than the score, is the first down. Saints are yet to have one, which is pretty remarkable in a high school football game, but just speaks to what an incredible job this Titan defense has done in half number 1. So we're going to take a short break, and we will look forward to being back in just a few minutes for second half action. So please stick around. Stay tuned. Once again, 28-0 Titans at the half. All right, second half kickoff goes to the Saints and fielded by Elisha Asare, and he's able to bring it out across the 20, pushed out at the 25. Sorry, I was got back just in time. Got held up by a few folks there in the line for the bathroom, but okay, sorry. We are at 1st and 10, and the Saints able to get good gain there. They come out fired up here in the second half, and Henry Omohundro picks up a 6-yard gain.
Haven't really seen a lot of throwing out of the Saints.
Yeah, just 3 pass attempts in the first half. No completions, although I thought Nash's deep ball to Jennings was a good throw. This time Omohundro goes for no gain. Robbie Dunn was able to stop him, and going to be 3rd and 4 as the Saints continue to look for a first down. Another late sub here, and they're going to have to, for the 3rd time today, burn a timeout with confusion over defensive substituting. And so, Silvio, you actually called it. If that happens in the second half, that would be, you used the word infuriating, which I thought was a good word to describe it. And Coach Rayner looks infuriated right now.
I think normally you see him yelling, but he's not like that mad yelling. It's that scary, disappointed yelling he has
Yeah.
going on. And as you said, I think they're juniors, seniors out there on the defense, and this late into the season, they can't be making these mistakes.
Yeah, and it's definitely a crucial play here, even with the excellent first half and a 28-0 lead. But right now, if you're the Titans, and this is something that was talked a lot about last night at the senior night team dinner, is you're competing against the standard of your best performance, and not having the right personnel out there on a key 3rd down play and the 3rd play of the half is frustrating for the coaches. That's a completion and a first down. Nice throw there, and a good gain. Max Bueno with the catch. There is also going to add a bunch to the end, because I believe I see a roughing the passer flag as well. So that's probably going to be the longest play of the day for St. Christopher's. You're looking at about a 16-yard reception plus 15 more for roughing the passer, and that's going to take it inside the Titan 40, and that's the furthest St. Christopher's has progressed yet today. And got to give a lot of credit to Coach Cleland. Obviously must be disappointed at halftime to go down 28-0, but they come out looking sharp here to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, exactly.
And pick up the first down. Flags down. And they're going to say it's offsides on the defense. So that'll make it 1st and 5. And
Everything
good start continues here for the Saints.
I think it should be some of the best field position they've had, and the longest drive they've had for so far yet. And they're coming off strong in the second half.
Alejandro picked up 1, maybe 2 on that first down carry. But, of course, it was 1st and 5, so going to leave them with 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line. Quarterback Khalil Nash keeps it. He is close to a first down, and he picks up the first down. He was tackled right at that marker.
I don't think.
Yeah, I see the official signaling first down, and now they are starting to move the chains.
That is the first down for St. Chris.
Second,
second.
well, because the previous
Oh, yeah,
play,
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is definitely the most promising drive thus far for St. Christopher's, and they're inside the Titan 30. Not much on that play, though, as Zaire Rayner came up and makes a solo tackle on Henry Omahundro. And Omahundro, I think you said earlier, weighs, did you say 250?
240.
240. Zaire,
not 240.
not 240, but he was able to bring him down nicely there in space, and just shows you that he's so quick and 4.4 speed, great ball skills, but he also really can tackle and hit and get guys to the ground. All right, 2nd and 10. Pass is caught, and there's a gain of a few yards there. I think it was Brandon Jennings on the catch.
I do believe so, yeah.
And he's going to end up being spotted for a gain of 4 yards. So 3rd down and 6 here for the Saints. Play action, and he looks for his tight end there. It's caught, and it's really close to a first down again. And no, it is going to be fourth and inches here, as Max Bueno with his 2nd catch here of the 3rd quarter. And it's a big play here in the 3rd quarter as the Saints are driving, come out really well here in the 2nd half.
Longest drive we've seen from I think either team really. They've been able to really move down this field really well.
Yeah, I do think it goes from 4th and inches to 4th and 5 and some inches as a false start there on the Saints. That's a key penalty and makes the down and distance from one that you feel pretty confident to one that's certainly a lot more challenging. But they will keep that offense on the field and go for it here on 4th and a little more than 5. 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Back to pass. Cameron Walker applied some pressure. They throw it up in the end zone. That is out of bounds. No catch. And it's a good job to make the catch by Brandon Jennings, but he came down out of bounds. So the Titans will take over on downs. And that was a tight one there in the back of the end zone. I think right in front of the St. Christopher student section. I think a lot of them thought it was a touchdown, but the officials say he came in out of bounds or came down out of bounds. So the Titan defense holds firm and preserves the shutout. And Cameron Walker, as you said, was in the backfield and forced Nash maybe to throw that a little quicker than he wanted. So good job by Walker there. And this is our first look in the second half of this Titans offense. And Trey Grant gained 2 yards there. One thing I noticed on that last possession is John Brooks, one of the really good senior defenders for the Titans, out. And I see Dr. Steve Reese and athletic trainer Mark Hall looking at his ankle. So that's a bit of a concern. John Brooks has had an incredible year. I would argue he's probably the most underrated player on this team. And Mario Thompson also has been out with a little ankle issue. So nice pass as we see Isaiah Robinson, and that battle we've talked about continues between Isaiah Robinson and Deacon Begley. And this time it was Robinson who got the better of it with another big gain. He had 3 catches for 45 yards in the first half, and that catch was for nearly 40. I think about a 39-yard catch there or so. So that's going to put Robinson up over 80 yards already on the day with still a quarter and a half to go. And a big first down that gets it back into Saints territory. It's another good-looking throw, looking for Robinson, and this one is caught. Wow. And he is marked out of bounds at the 1. But that'll put him over 100 yards receiving for the day. And both of these last 2 throws by Tegan Logan have been beautiful.
I think, as you were saying, the battle between the 2 teams has been a rough one all day. Now we've just seen Isaiah in the second half get a little better than Beagley there. Overall, though, first half, I think Beagley was having Isaiah, not letting him do much.
Yeah, and he had a great interception. But this time it's Trey Grant for the score, and I believe that's his 10th touchdown of the season.
Yeah.
For Trey Grant, second of the day. And the 2 key plays, though, on that drive were a 39-yard pass to Isaiah Robinson, followed by a 35-yard pass to Isaiah Robinson, and ultimately the 1-yard touchdown run by Trey Grant to make it 34-0, and now 35-0. Was not the prettiest kick that J.D. Simhagen's ever had, but it did the job and got through and extends the lead. And go back and look at that 4th down penalty on the Saints on their previous possession as a key play, because they were driving, had several first downs, had 4th and inches, and then that pushed them back, change of possession, and now 5 plays later could have cut it to maybe a 21-point game, which you think you're still in it. Now all of a sudden it's 35, and tough to see a way back from that deficit. So and one thing I'll say, it was very close to being a first down. On we said 4th and inches, but that spot looked
like a first down.
Looked like a first down initially for me. So Saints probably a little frustrated by that turn of events. This time Stemhagen goes with the squib kick, and the return is going to be brought out to about the 26-yard line by Jack Hall.
Jack Hall returns it to the Saints out to the 26-yard line. Take over.
So as the defense comes back out for the Titans, still no John Brooks and no Mario Thompson, which those are guys as we get closer to the postseason that you're definitely going to want to hope are healthy. All right, first down carry here by by Konstantinos Kovanes. And Kovanes there picked up 3 yards.
3-yard gain brought down by Trinity's Elijah Rayner.
I've definitely seen a little more aggressive St. Chris team in the second half here. They were completely shut down first half, no first downs. Second half, their first drive looked strong, and hopefully we see another strong drive from them.
Yeah, I think the Saints' offensive line play has been better thus far in the second half, just creating more holes for the running backs and also giving Nash a little bit of time, although that time the offensive line got a false start, and instead of 2nd and 7, it's going to make it 2nd and 12. Another flag. Another false start.
After their great first drive, doesn't seem like they're having the best effect on their second drive.
Well, it was a solid first down play to Kovanos, but 2 straight penalties, and now you're looking at 2nd and 17. And a lot of pressure by Robbie Dunn. Good job by Khalil Nash to escape and pick up a few yards. He runs out of bounds at his own 20. Gets a little out of sync. Haven't mentioned the weather yet today, but really couldn't be a nicer October day. Leaves starting to change. Crisp air. Football weather.
Oh, yeah.
3rd down and 16. Play action. Nash looks out to the sideline here. It is caught by Bryce Neely, the sophomore. It's a 10-yard completion. Not enough for a first down, though. But it will make it 4th and 6. And it does look like the punt team is coming on for the Saints.
I think it is nice to see, though, we are seeing Nash throw a little bit more. We've kind of seen St. Chris first half to an almost all running game with very few catches or targeting attempts. So maybe a little more out of Nash in the second half, and we'll see probably some more yardage by St. Chris overall.
Yeah, no completions in the first half, but already several here in the second half. That's another good punt as Brennan Ridley fields it over his shoulder. He's able to make a couple guys miss, and then a big hit, late hit out of bounds, and Brennan Ridley is slow to get up. And
There was a flag.
you're going to definitely add 15 yards to that one. It's a late hit after he was already out of bounds. And trainer Mark Hall is quick to get over to Ridley and talking to him. I do want to mention that Kirk George for St. Christopher's was very quick to apologize. I think he was the one that made the hit, but he put a hand up and you could clearly see him saying, "My bad" on that. And sometimes you just have that nose for the ball and then guy steps out of bounds and it's hard to stop that momentum. But hopefully Brennan Ridley's okay. It will result in a 15-yard penalty and bring it out to, should be right at midfield, 50-yard line. There's a flag on this one as Trey Grant picked up 4, but we're going to see, I'm sure, a hold. Indeed, it is a holding penalty. So that's 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and it's going to make it first down and 19 as the holding occurred a little bit in front of the line of scrimmage. He's got Devion Brown, and Brown is able to make the catch. He's still going, finally brought down inside the 10-yard line. Tackle made by Sonny Bridges, but that was a 50-yard gain for Devion Brown. His shoe came off in the process. Still trying to get that back on.
What a play by him, though. I mean, he had the space, and I think we're not giving a lot of the spotlight to Tegan Logan. I mean, he's had a lot of these passes, even with the interception passes or a lot of these overall. They've been really spot on, and I like to call them dots. I mean, they're just right to the receiver.
Yeah, I think Tegan's had a really good day throwing the ball, and even the 2 interceptions were great throws. They just were great defensive plays, and this time Tegan rolls to his left. Another dart thrown and caught inside the 5 to Isaiah Robinson. He's brought down the 2-yard line.
I think by Beagley there as well.
Yep. Begley on the tackle, and good to see Brennan Ridley back in the game after that hit, but the trainers and Dr. Reese checked him out, and he's good to go. So that's a good sign. 2nd and goal. Fakes it to Trey Grant. Good pressure. Tegan Logan escapes the tackle. He's running right. He keeps it himself. Touchdown, Tegan Logan on the ground. And he is given 5 to the student section. I thought we might have our first Pitaway leap. He ran over there. I think he thought about it, but ultimately decided against it. But I'm not going to be satisfied until someone makes the leap this year. But Tegan Logan showed great speed, but then also toughness to elude a tackle. He was almost in the grasp, then to get around the corner, and then fight through another hit to get in for the score. It's a great job. He's thrown it. We just talked about what a great day he's had throwing the ball, but he does it there with his feet. And another guy who's had a great day is J.D. Stemhagen as he's 6 for 6 on extra points and extends the Titan lead to 42-0 with 34 seconds to go here in the third quarter. So looking ahead a little bit to next week as the Titans go to Woodbury Forest. Woodbury, I think, on a 5-game winning streak, unbeaten in the Prep League as well as the Titans. So looking like that game may, in essence, be a de facto Prep League championship game up at Woodbury next week.
Yeah.
The Tigers of Woodbury Forest gave these Titans a great battle here last year that Trinity was able to pull out in a close win. But that's not a place we've had a lot of success. So that's now, with a 42-0 lead here, thoughts start to a little bit spin ahead to what's coming. And in essence, it's a championship game up there at Orange, Virginia, a week from today.
And that would be the first Prep League championship, correct?
Yeah, and I did go back. That's actually why I was a little late, or just barely on time here for the second half, because at halftime I went and checked the records, because I did get a text that someone thought Trinity had won a Prep League football championship like in the early 80s, but I could find no record of that. So to my knowledge, it would be the first ever football championship if the Titans are able to get it. This is the last play of the third quarter, and Khalil Nash carries for a good gain. He picked up 8 yards there on the last play of the quarter.
We just saw both quarterbacks really using their legs. They're always nice to see, especially in high school. You don't see that as often. Just younger quarterbacks in general doing a lot of running.
Yeah, I like the shiftiness of Khalil Nash, the Saints quarterback. He has been tough to bring down. He's really quick in space, able to stop on a dime. And his throwing in the second half has been a lot more accurate as well. This is just such a tough defense to have to try and move the ball against. Like we said, the defense scored 4 touchdowns at Fork Union last week. The first half, don't give up even a first down. I think the most points they've given up in a game all season was 16 to St. Mary's Rankin. So it's just incredible defense, and it's no knock on Khalil Nash, because he's impressed me today, and he's been tough. He's taken some hard hits. All right, so we go into the fourth quarter. Titans up 42-0. We see a lot of reserves along the defensive line. Davis Elliott in the game, Cameron Walker. Another good run by Nash, showing off the exact skills we were just describing, as he did well to cut and progress upfield for some yardage. I think Alex Bell is out there as well. Great to see him getting some time on senior day.
Nash able to get the first down there.
He did pick up a first down indeed, Silvio. Good call. And it's out to the 44-yard line. First down, St. Christopher's from there. It's a 2-yard run by the freshman Konstantinos Kovanis. And Davis Elliott checks out of the game. And Derek Badley back in. He limped off a couple minutes ago, so it's good to see Badley back out there.
Oh, yeah.
He's a real difference maker on this defense that's full of them. 2nd and 8.
I do Derek Badley is one of the lead tacklers as well, so it is especially nice to see him out there.
Yeah, that is gain right out to midfield, so it'll be 3rd and 4. We've got some excitement up in the press box here. A large Wasp has our producer, Ellie Hoke, a little freaked out, but it's okay, Ellie. The Wasp is more scared of you than you are of it. All right, 3rd down. Nash back to pass. He breaks the tackle. He's going to have the 1st down and a bit more. Good run there by Khalil Nash. And he takes it across the 40 to the 39-yard line. And that's the 2nd 1st down on this drive for the Saints offense. We got about 9.5 minutes to go in this game.
Another one of really good drives we've seen by St. Chris.
Zaire Rayner looks a little bit shaken up there. I think it's his finger maybe got dislocated as he tried to make the tackle. So I've done that a lot of times. That's a painful one. So Zaire getting some treatment. And again, 1st down and 10 as this time the Saints go to an I formation and put Khalil Nash under center. And the handoff to Kovanis goes for 4 yards.
Stopped by Elijah Rayner there.
Second and 5. Michael Farley on the carry, picks up 3 yards to the 31. Derek Badley was in again on the tackle. It's 3rd and 2. He's not going to get it. As great job by Alex Bell, Cameron Walker, Davis Elliott, all guys who are non-starters coming in and providing a great job off the bench. And with 4th down upcoming, the Saints are going to call a timeout here to discuss what they want to do. All right, so it's going to be 4th down coming up out of this timeout. 4th and 3. And still a great crowd here, even at 42-0. Student sections both still pretty full. Just an absolutely glorious day here at Aycock Stadium. And on 4th and 3, Khalil Nash is going to run. I don't think he got it. He's brought down, looks like just short of the 1st down. And it should turn over on downs to the Titans there. Yeah, no one's going off the field, but the officials are signaling it is Titan ball, and indeed it is.
Really good attempt by Nashville, though.
If the cowbell didn't tell you that, I assume everyone could hear the cowbell. I couldn't hear myself think with the cowbells being rung underneath us here in the press box.
Good attempt though by Nash there. I think he really dove for that first down.
Yeah, he put his body on the line there, and I actually didn't see who initially made that tackle, but a great job by that Titan defensive line to hold him short. And Trey Grant carries for 7 yards on first down.
Brought down by Caleb Pasco there. Good stop by him.
Yeah, Trey limping off a little bit after that one, as he did come down a little awkwardly. And certainly, as we talked about with a huge game looming next week, hope he's okay. Second down carry goes to James Woodward. And I'm sorry, that's TJ DiLoretto. It's 24, not 25. My bad on that one, but great to see senior TJ DiLoretto get a carry. And he picked up the first down. 2nd and 4, TJ got 5 yards. So I believe that's his first carry of the day. Great job by TJ. He had a big game against Collegiate a few weeks back.
Oh, yeah.
And it's TJ again. This time he picks up probably just 1 yard. And we go under 6 minutes here to go in the fourth quarter. Play clock down under 5 seconds. Tegan Logan does drop back to pass. He's hit hard, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Brennan Ridley there. Good pressure provided by the Saints. So it'll be 3rd and 9. Play action. Tegan Logan is sacked there by Kirk George.
Who I saw.
Good job there by the Saints defense to stiffen, and great pressure on Tegan Logan on those last 2 offensive plays as we wind down to about the 4-minute mark here. And seeing a lot of the young guys getting in. See freshman Mason Love out there.
Carlo getting some playing time.
Yeah, Henry Caudle's been a special teams monster in recent weeks, so we've seen him a lot out there. Another freshman, Huey Stone, with the punt. Fair catch by Bryce Neely. Huey Stone's done a nice job punting today. He's had, I can't remember if it's 3 or 4 punts, but they've all been pretty good.
Yeah.
And he was not getting regular varsity action until just the last couple weeks, so nice to see him contributing. And it's just always exciting for us, I think, to see freshmen start to emerge and get playing time. And the St. Christopher's team has a bunch of freshmen getting time, so always exciting, just as a high school sports fan, to see freshmen breaking in and getting their first snaps. And good job there by the Titan defense, but there was a flag. We mentioned Henry Caudle's been great on special teams, but he's in there on defense right now. And flag is against the Titans for 15. The refs said he body slammed the ball carrier. Back in my day, we called that tackling, but no. All right, handoff here for the Saints. It's a good, solid run across midfield. Good pickup there. Apologize, I couldn't catch the number of the ball carrier.
It was
Talik Montgomery made the tackle for the Titans. This time it's a handoff to the fullback, but we see Marcus Johnson, another one of the seniors, get in on the tackle there. So, if anything, I think that one lost a couple yards. Great job by Marcus Johnson on senior day to stuff the run. Bryce Neely carries it around the end, close to a first down. Looks like he is going to be about a yard short, so it'll be 4th down. All right, 4th and 1, under a minute and a half to go here on senior day as the Titans look to preserve the shutout. It is going to be a first down by Farley. He bounces off and he's got more. Great carry by Michael Farley all the way to the 20. Finally tackled by James Woodward. But a great run by Farley, and Saints call a timeout as Coach Cleland is going to want to get on the scoreboard here with 1:04 left. That is
great run by Farley, though. I mean,
yeah, it was a great run.
He should have been down, I think about 10 yards back, but I think he prevailed through that run and definitely deserved that recognition there.
Yeah, he sure did. So that, yeah, the Saints have one timeout left. Just about a minute to go here, and they're down in the 20. I know Coach Cleland and the Saints coaching staff would love to get on the board here. I'm sure Coach Mickens and defensive coordinator Wally Rayner would love to keep the shutout. A lot of backups in at this point, of course, for both teams. But while we have a timeout, I do want to give a shout out to Dr. Aycock, who just sent us a nice text. And we're here, of course, at Aycock Stadium, and he's the man that made the decision to bring football to Trinity, bring football back to Trinity in 2004. So I'm glad Dr. Aycock and Kay are enjoying the broadcast. Legendary Trinity teacher Tom Wiley sent me a note as well, so great to hear from Mr. Wiley. And on first down, it's a good-looking throw. It is a touchdown. Bryce Neely on the catch. And the Saints do get in to score. Excellent pass by Nash. And the Saints student section is fired up. Good on them for sticking around to support their team. Extra point by Jack Slocker is good. So that makes it 42-7, 57 seconds left. So we'll have a kickoff and 1 or 2 plays. And these Titans will get ready for a massive road test at Woodbury Forest next Saturday with the Prep League title on the line. And I don't have the schedule with me, but if I recall, I think we have a pretty busy week of TESPN broadcasts coming up. I think we've got volleyball Tuesday,
25th.
I think field hockey Thursday, and soccer Friday, pretty sure. So stick around TESPN as we get into late in the regular season for all our fall sports, and we'll have you covered. And that kick was fielded by Taylor Benson, I believe, was able to bring that one in as the Saints went with, like, I wouldn't exactly call it an onside kick, but kind of a squibbish low on the ground kick that Taylor Benson fielded. See Bryden Kelly out here at wide receiver.
Some of your second string guys getting playing time is always really nice.
Yeah, and I think looks like the Titans are in the old victory formation here, so it'll just be a snap, a kneel, and that should do it. So on Senior Day, great performance literally from the opening kickoff by the Titans as Devion Brown returned the opening kickoff, 94 yards for a score, and Trinity really never looked back from there. Saints were able to get on the board in the last minute, but the final score is going to be Trinity Episcopal 42, St. Christopher 7. So, Silvio, before we sign off here, always love to get your final thoughts and player of the game.
So offensively for Titans, I'm going to go with Isaiah Robinson. I think it was really nice to see one of the younger players, sophomore, getting so many targets, so many catches. And then for defense, for Titans, I'm going to go with Derek Badley. He had the one of the most tackles throughout the game, and I think he had a really overall impressive game.
Yeah, those were actually the two I was going to pick. Isaiah Robinson, 6 receptions for 125 yards. So I think he's a natural choice. And Tegan Logan is another good option with 235 yards passing. But I agree. I'm going to make it unanimous for Offensive Player of the Game with Isaiah Robinson. I was going to go with Derek Badley as well defensively, but just to make it a little interesting, Elijah Rayner, he led the team in tackles with 9. He also had a sack. So we'll go with, for me, Elijah Rayner as Defensive Player of the Game on Senior Day. And want to thank our whole team up here, executive producer Carter Tyree, associate producers Jack Stark and Ellie Hoke, Silvio Troy on color commentary, Marcus Jones on the public address announcing. Thanks to Coach Stephen Lewis from St. Christopher's for helping us with stats. And thanks to all of you who watched the stream today. We certainly think we'll host some postseason action here at Aycock Stadium, and if we do, we will be here to bring it to you. And I'm pretty sure this win guarantees at least the second seed, which would give us a home semifinal game in states, if not the number 1 seed. So I'm almost positive you will be hearing from us again in November, and hopefully twice. Which would mean a state semifinal and a potential looking for a repeat of a state championship. So been a fun day, beautiful weather, and the Titans played awesome. and move to 8-0 on the season, as well as obviously unbeaten in the Prep League with a huge test to come next week at Woodbury Forest. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.